All right, it is Thursday, August 13th, and I don't know, it's probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock by now. So we're gonna take off in a little bit, but decided to take a walk over here, and you can see all the dead trees behind me. And if you look, you can see that they've already started cutting down a lot of the dead trees. And I don't know if that's to prevent deadfall and people from getting hurt, or if they're going to do some kind of control fire and burn this stuff while it's on the ground. But either way, it is kind of sad to see, but probably a lot of habitat benefits from this. We had quite a few deer come up to our camp this morning. It was really neat. It is definitely the coldest morning that we've had. I put my thermometer out, and I think I showed that it's about 36 degrees, and that was at 7 when the sun had already come up. So we're going to push off here shortly and head to Sealy, and hopefully we have some pretty territory ahead of us. But being Montana, I'm pretty much guaranteed it. Alright, so it is about 12:15 on August 13th, and we are on Empire Creek Road. Ahead of us is Lost Horse Creek Road. And since we've been on the road a couple of hours now, I'd say at least half of it has been this slow-going terrain. It's nothing technical, but just rutted out roads, big rocks in the roads, and just stuff that you can't fly over. So we've been kind of creeping right along, going downhill. I've been putting it in 4 low just to save my brakes, because there are some pretty steep areas for a long ways, and I don't like laying on the brakes the whole time, so I let the Jeep do the work. But it's probably been about 8 to 15 miles an hour for the last couple of miles at least, so we might not get to the end of where we want to be today, which was Sealy. But with the view in front of us, I really don't mind. So just came out of the woods, and that was our view. So very cool area. About 2 hours from outside of Helena. Not sure exactly where. If you looked up those 2 roads, you would have a general idea. But lots of overlooks like this, and some, fun terrain to drive on. And we've not seen another vehicle. We've seen a few bikers going in the opposite direction, and one keeps flying past us and then resting and flying past us again, but no other vehicles. So it has been a really nice drive, kind of out here all alone. So this looks like it might be the remnants of an old mine of some sort. We're still on Empire Creek Road. Kind of neat, and man, he's stopping, so that's cool. Let me get out, let's take some shots. This is the Empire Mine. So this mine produced gold, silver, copper, and lead, and was used beyond 1943, and then if there's a huge gap, and then it says in 1994 the whole thing burned down, and these are the remains. And this mine was formed in 1880, and it did have a tramway at one point. Over in this area on the other side of the road could be tramway cables, but it could be used for a lot of other things. I think all this is on private land. It does say private land, no trespassing, but there's a sign there for posting on Facebook if you visit the area. So that is what it looked like when it was in operation. And then there's another picture. So this area has been dotted by these old abandoned barns and buildings, and it's pretty cool to just see them sitting out there like this one here. And I'm sure some of them are probably still used for storage, the ones that have roofs, but still really neat to see nonetheless. It is just a really cool area. Trees down everywhere in here. This looks like something out of a movie. Alright, it is about 5:50 and we are toward the end of Route 3. So we just entered National Forest again, so we're going to look for a place here to call it a night. This was a great route. Even though there was overcast, it was really pretty. You had a variety of different types of roads, lots of different scenery, some great overlook areas. It was actually a really good day. So one of my favorite routes so far, and a really pleasant day. So we'll just try to find a spot. Hopefully it won't take too long, and then we can make dinner and chill out for the rest of the night. So we are in the Helena, Lewis, and Clark National Forest, and we're not really looking for an epic spot. We're just looking for a flat spot away from the main road. We did find one that was kind of close, so if this particular route does not work out, we're going to turn around and just stay there. So we'll see where this leads and then make our decision. So yeah, this is where this one ends, and I think we're just going to go back to the other one rather than just look at a big pile of dirt. So this is it. We've got a big debris pile on the one side, but it is a wide open space. I don't think we're going to really have any traffic through here tonight, maybe a vehicle or two, but that's it. So this is going to be home for the night. All right, so there is our spot. That's where I'm parked, and Manny's right there. It is already chilly enough to have a sweater on, so it's not going to be too much longer before I'm putting on another layer yet. It is definitely in a burned out forest area, so back there you can see the debris pile, and then you can just see burned out trees everywhere along here. And the road's just on the other side of Manny, but like I said, we don't expect too much traffic. We're not going to make a fire even though we've got tons of wood. Number one, I did not see any fire warnings and I have no idea what it is. And two, even though it's calm now, it just kicked up more of a breeze than I would like when there's a fire going, so we'll just not do it tonight. So since it's actually kind of moderate out, it's a good night to wash up. So what I will do is boil water. I'll pour that back into this bottle, and over here I use my floor mat that I've just cleaned off a little bit as a bath mat. So I'll stand on that, strip down, and hopefully be out of sight of everybody. But I will use that bottle to wet my hair, wet my body, and that has an adjustable nozzle on it, so it's a stream or a spray. And then after my hair's lathered up, I will rinse off with that bottle, which will now be warm water. And then I'll also use that to wash off the washcloth, wet the washcloth and whatnot, and then just towel off. So it actually works out really well. It's the next best thing to a shower, and we'll be clean again. So it's been probably more days than I'd like to think since I've really cleaned up really good. I do use my wipes a lot, and every night I clean up inside my cab before I go to bed, but there's nothing like a complete wash, so that's what I'm going to do right now. So I am done. Having that warm water is awesome. So I used the one full container and about 3/4 of the other container. So that was great, but I'm not going to lie, that breeze was cold. So all done, all clean, and now I am going to make dinner. Manny just started and he thought he heard a car, and it was kind of hilarious because he was wondering where he's going to run. The road runs that way and over there, so in my spot it's perfect. Where he is, he's wide out in the open, and it freaked him out. It was kind of funny. So now it's time for dinner.